Hello, my name is Wangare Grace. I am a performance storyteller and also a children's author based in Nairobi, Kenya. Now, we always discuss about strength. What exactly is strength? We talk about strong men, strong women, strong families, strong communities, strong businesses, and even strong countries. But have you ever wondered what exactly does strength mean to you? I would like to share with you a traditional story from Sierra Leone that explores this topic. And so they say that a long time ago, when human beings and animals and nature could communicate and understand each other, the animals, including man, had a huge debate about who among them was the strongest. The chimpanzee showed off his strong muscles and he beat his chest saying, I am the strongest. And the deer made one hell of a catwalk, showing off her strong legs, saying, my strength is in my legs. I am the fastest, and that is my strength. And the buffalo said, oh, look at my huge horns and my strong shoulders. I am definitely the strongest. And this went on and on and on until they all decided that they were going to have a competition that would determine once and for all who among them was the strongest. And on the appointed day, the contestants met at a clearing in the forest, and all the other animals came to cheer their best competitors. Sitting there in the competition ring was the chimpanzee, the deer, the buffalo, and the elephant. And they sat there and waited for man. Now man came late, and man carried his gun. He knew, of course, that all the animals would disapprove of him coming to the competition with a gun, so he hid it behind some bushes, and then he ran into the clearing saying, I'm here, let the competition begin. And the elephant said, all right, man, have a seat. Who wants to go first? And chimpanzee jumped up, and he went to where there was a tall tree, and he jumped up the tree, took the top of the tree, bent it all the way down, and using the top of the tree, tied a knot to the bottom. And he stood there saying, tell me, was that strength? The animals were impressed, and they said, that was strength. And chimpanzee went and sat down. Next was the deer, and the deer stood up, and he ran very fast, 5 miles into the forest, and then even before the animals could blink, ran very fast, 5 miles back into the clearing, and she had not even broken a sweat. And she stood there proudly saying, tell me, guys, was that strength or not? And the other animals said, yes, that was strength. Next stood the buffalo, and the buffalo walked to a nearby sugarcane plantation, and using his great horns and his strong shoulders, he plowed one side of the sugarcane, then turned and plowed the other side of the sugarcane, and stood there asking, tell me, was that strength? And the animals agreed that indeed that was strength. The elephant stood up, and he looked around and scouted for the biggest tree that they could see near the clearing. Huge. And the elephant walked slowly towards the tree, and without even seeming like he was using any strength, he just leaned into the tree, and the tree came down. Oh, that's really impressive. The animals say that is definitely strength. Finally, it was man's turn. And man stood and went to the center of the clearing. And man did some cartwheels. Man did some somersaults. Man did some backflips. and then stood there saying, tell me, who was that strength? The animals looked at each other. He twirled and twirled and twirled around, and he made us feel a bit dizzy. But was that strength? No. No, that was not strength. All right, said man, I will show you what strength is. And man went to a nearby coconut tree and slowly climbed all the way up, took some coconuts, threw them down, and slowly climbed down. Tell me, is that strength? Well, you climbed a tree, quite slowly, we have to say, and you cut some coconuts and you threw them down, and then you came down. No, that was not strength. The animals agreed. And now man was getting really, really angry. And man said, okay, that is not strength, and I will show you what strength is. And man walked into the forest to where he had hidden his gun, took his gun, walked to the clearing, pointed at elephant, and boom, the elephant fell down. And man turned to the other animals saying, now what are you telling me? Is that strength? Man was alone in the clearing. All the animals were gone. In the forest, where the animals were huddled, they could be heard whispering. Did you see that? Did you see what man did to elephant? Man killed elephant, and he called that strength. And that is why, to this day, animals do not walk with man, at least not willingly, because man is the only animal who does not know the difference between strength and death. Tafakari hayo.